Dímelo, dímelo, Dominican. York. Good morning, my gente. Good morning. Mira, you know how I like to do. Scent of the day, awakened, distilled by Toomey. Pretty fresh, aromatic, woody. You do have some fruity notes, some citrusy notes. It's an extrait, aggressive atomizer, that locking cap mechanism from Toomey. Check that out. Really good stuff. You could find this in the market under 60 bucks. And I believe retail is over 150. Okay. It's my scent of the morning. Stuff is good. But today I really wanted to talk about Rose-oud a little bit. I brought one up on camera the other day, pretty much in a short, and I didn't know when I purchased this for 20 bucks, approximately 25 bucks, that this was a Paris corner. Or yeah, it's a Paris corner. I knew it once I, executed the purchase, but this thing is pretty good, man. I mean, you've got agarwood, raspberry, incense, rose, birch, benzoin, amberwood, saffron, and geranium. Ombre de Louis. It's a Rose-oud, guys. It is a Rose-oud, and not the easiest one to get into. It can be challenging, but honestly, after a month, almost 2 months, this thing kind of matured. Or my nose did over the last 2 months, because that's crazy. And I brought that up. I bring this one up because this was probably my least favorite Xerjoff at one point, and that is More Than Words. This is a lot of rose. Okay, it's a Rose-oud that to me first was extremely dry. Like extremely dry, but this is very classy, very classic. I wasn't getting the sweetness that a lot of people get, the dried fruits, that I'm actually getting now that my nose has been living with the fragrance for a while. And it actually took things like Paris Corner's Ombre de Louis, and believe it or not, things like Shagaf Oud really helped, because it made the Rose-oud very sweet, right? Added an incredible sweetness to it. Same thing with, people don't think of this as a Rose-oud, but I know that there's definitely rose, there's definitely oud, but the sweetness is overtaking. So there's two Rose-ouds that entry level for sure. Now, one that I had way before all of those is Oud Exclusive. You guys love this video. The short has over 1,000 views, and I believe my first video on this has a decent amount of views. But this guy, a lot denser, more ambers than More Than Words, but approaching the level of More Than Words in terms of quality or in terms of scent profile, but not really. There's more resins or denseness in here. The oud is accompanied by a medicinal sense, and that might just be the Mancera oud, that I'm getting a medicinal oud out of this, along with the rose. But this was a lot for me to handle in 2024 when I first got it. And honestly, didn't wear it much. Did not wear it much. I haven't worn it much. You don't have a huge dent, even though when I use this, I don't use a lot. I've worn it 4 times, maybe 5. And that's now 2 years almost. Well, yeah, this is good. Still one that's growing on me because, again, I'm still maturing into Rose-ouds. Now, probably one of the more classic Rose-oud, one that I really think takes it to another notch. This is Oud Parfum from Rose-oud. Look how dense the juice is. Look what it did. You guys can't probably see it, but it stained the paper. Oh, you can't see it on that end. Look at that. It stained the paper. This guy, just, it must be the rose or the oud that's just, it's got the Raja DNA, right? It's like an in-between, a more elevated version of Oud Exclusive. Denser, richer. You would almost say sweet, but it's not. Now, what I don't have is MFK's Oud Satin Mood. I've got a dupe of it. Very potent. And I'm thinking that it's very close because the other dupes that I've got in that line are extremely close to the MFK OGs. Because I've got the OG and the dupe in those others, but not in Oud Satin Mood. I haven't gotten the OG of that. I'll have to get a sample. But some people say this is in the same vein of Oud Satin Mood. Or Oud Satin Mood is in the vein of Oud Parfum from Raja. But honestly, my nose is at a point where I'm ready to start rocking more than words. That dry sweetness. See, now I'm calling it sweetness, but it's dry. And I wasn't feeling that it was sweet at first, but it's not it's a subtle sweetness. It's not a overt sweetness. A floral sweetness, because the dried fruits, I'm not 100% getting. It feels more like a floral sweetness. That's why I say a dry sweetness. But yeah, this is incredibly good. It might still be, honestly, at the bottom of my list of Jobs. And I mean, because I've got quite a few Jobs, at least 20, including the wives. But that's good, man. So one that I really want to get into more and put a significant dent in for the collection to report back to you guys and how it performs, how it acts on my skin. Because the others, well, I've talked about at least 2 of these. The other 4 I need to get on camera. The only ones that I've really talked about on film are Shagaf Oud Elixir or Shagaf Oud. I've got both. And of course, Arabian Stanka. But thank you for hanging out with Uncle Bo. You guys have a blessed day. Don't forget, To Me Awakened Distilled is a bomb fragrance that you can find for more than 50% off, probably. But the scent is really good. Off curtain atomizer. Really does its thing. I mean, the To Me line is pretty decent. You guys remember 19 Degrees, one that I've got to put wearings in again. But you rotate, so this will come back in rotation. But again, Scent of the Morning, Awakened Distilled by To Me. Que Dios me lo bendiga.